Hello again my friends, so me and my raid team battled through the monumentally epic King's Fall raid and faced off against this gigantic bastard, Oryx. We have yet to defeat him, but we did get some sweet raid gear along the way. I managed to bag myself the shotgun and hunter gauntlets, so then let's have a look at these in more detail. So then here's the hunter that I took through the King's Fall raid, and we're going to have a look at some of the sweet loot that I picked up along the way, starting with this shotgun. It's called Silence of Our Own, and its description reads, without victory we cannot go home, and as you can see it deals solar damage. So then let's have a look at this thing's perks, starting with this Will of Light. This weapon deals bonus damage against taken enemies, which is very useful for obvious reasons. Now the node that I use in this particular skill tree is called Accurized Ballistics, more range and impact, which is always useful for a shotgun. The next perk is called Cocoon. When stowed for a short time, this weapon is automatically reloaded from your reserves, which is going to save you some very precious time. The perk that I use in this particular skill tree is called Hand Loaded. This weapon is effective at an extended range. Now like I said before, impact and range are always useful for a shotgun, so that's why I went for this particular perk. It's also got lightweight and hand laid stock. And the last perk is called Army of One. Quick unassisted kills with this weapon reduce grenade and melee cooldown. Now in all, this is a pretty decent shotgun. It's got a 303 attack, which is going to bring your light level up quite a bit. And we're going to look at this in action in just a moment, but first of all we're going to have a look at the raid gauntlets that I got for my hunter. As you can see, they're pretty cool looking, spiky, and yeah, pretty nice aesthetically. So let's have a look at the perks of this thing. Its description reads, all the vastness of our universe is but a blank page on which they scrawl their words of hate and death. Eris Morn. They're called the Dark Hollow Grasps. Now we're going to have a look at these things' perks. Increase intellect, increase strength. We've got Glutton, receive bonus melee energy for each enemy standing nearby you when you get a kill. And we have Impact Induction, bonus grenade energy on melee hits. And we've got the Shotgun Loader. I love this particular perk. Increase the reload speed of shotguns, very useful when I'm rocking my raid shotty, so pretty happy about that perk. And we've got Buddy System, faster weapon reload while in an aura. So there you go, those are the two raid items that I got while playing through the King's Fall raid. And what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at them in action in the Cosmodrome. So here we go. So then here I am in the Cosmodrome, and I thought the first thing I'd show you about this weapon is this thing's Cocoon Perk. When stowed for a short time, this weapon is automatically reloaded from your reserves. So let's see this thing in action. Let's get the ammo down to 1. So as I fire it, you can see fire coming out the sides of the weapon, which is always cool. So we're down to 1. We're now going to stow the weapon for about 4 to 5 seconds. Give it that amount of time, and then when you bring your weapon back up, boom, you can see it's automatically reloaded, which is going to be very useful when you're surrounded by enemies and you don't have time to reload. You can switch between weapons, give it about 5 seconds, and all your ammo is automatically reloaded. So let's have a look at that again. Fire this thing off. As you can see, fire coming out the sides of the weapon, pretty damn awesome. We get to 1, and then we stow the weapon. You wait for about 5 seconds, 2, 3, 4, 5, and when you bring your weapon back up, boom, it's automatically reloaded. So I absolutely adore this perk, very useful. It's called Cocoon. What we're going to do now is we're going to go and kill stuff with it so you can get a general idea of how this thing feels. So then let's take out some Fallen Scum with this raid shotty. It's going to give you a general idea of how it feels, kind of what it sounds like. Personally, I think it's an all-round really nice shotty. It's got 6 rounds in the magazine. It's got good impact, good range. Yeah, it's just generally a very nice shotgun, and I love that Cocoon perk that we saw earlier. So let me take out this full too. Generally, yeah, very pleased with this thing. In fact, this is probably one of the raid weapons that I wanted the most because of the Cocoon perk, because I'm kind of a shotgun guy, and as you can see, the reload speed was a little bit quicker there because I'm wearing the raid gauntlets. Now, let's have a look at the raid gauntlets in-game too, so you can see what those look like. Let me just take a little seat here. You always got to have a little rest after a good day's killing, and as you can see, you got the spiky kind of gauntlets. You got the spiky shoulder, so very nice. It's very distinctive. You know that someone's been in the raid when they're covered in spikes. So there you go, raid shotgun, raid gauntlets. I had a great time actually playing through the raid. It was spectacular. I'm going to make a video about that, showing my highlights. Some of the jumping sections were absolutely insane. Definitely some of the most fun I've ever had in Destiny to date. Probably my favourite raid. It's a very long raid as well. You need to set aside a hell of a lot of time if you're doing that with pals for the first time. Some of the bosses are insane. Like I said, the jumping sections were absolutely monumentally epic. Really enjoyed it. Bungie did an incredible job on this one. So there you go, my friends. I'll be doing more reviews of raid weapons and raid gear as I get them. Like I said, I've yet to defeat Oryx, but when I do, I'm sure he's going to drop some sweet loot, and I'll show you that when it actually happens. So there you go, my friends. I hope you enjoyed that brief kind of raid preview and review of the gear. Stay tuned for a heap more Taken King content and Destiny content. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for daily Destiny content. And as always, my friends, we'll speak again soon.